Good morning, and welcome to another Cup with Joe.
And Dakota.
Hope you guys are having a great day, great morning. And today we are trying some Blue Bottle coffee.
Not just any coffee, Joe. Espresso. We're going to need it today.
And this is straight from San Francisco.
Cool little touch, though. On the back of the bag, it's got that little label. They don't put it on the front. I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's kind of different.
So, how does it taste?
Let's find out, Joe.
All right.
We went rogue this today. We're doing this for you guys.
So this is a quad shot.
Dude, much better than the last espresso we had.
Yeah. Got that orange that kind of floats on the top.
Mm.
So while he is enjoying that, so this little paper came with it, a little bit of a blue bottle. Says that named after the San Francisco neighborhood that houses our first ever brick and mortar location, Hayes Valley Espresso was designed with the chocolate covered orange peel in mind. Our dark blend, we love it for its brooding profile with minimal brightness. So they call it only a whisper of orange. And chocolate a Landon base notes. A shot of it has a weighty, full mouthfeel with voluptuous red-brown crema. Whether consumed in one sip or sweetened with steamed milk, just one sip. It's a wonder to us even after all these years. So a digression, we love Hayes so much and find it so versatile that we serve this espresso in our cafes from California to DC to Hong Kong and South Korea. And the deliciousness notes of baking chocolate, orange zest, and brown sugar. So yeah, cheers.
Whoa, and then they go into a whole new level of how to dose it, the temperature you should do it at, how long you should extract it for, and how much it should yield.
It's kind of like really interesting, honestly.
It is definitely a full mouth feel.
Yeah.
Like, you don't, it's there.
Right.
No hiding it.
And just a quick apology. Cookie's outside. She's enjoying the neighbors' dogs out there right now, so she might be a little loud, but we'll get through it here.
If you can't hear us, when you can't hear us, just comment, like, subscribe. just if you do that, more support. We don't have to do it down here in good old Joe's basement. We can take this little set elsewhere. Maybe get some soundproofing. Just throwing that out there. We love each and every one of you, though. Thank you for your support.
Yes. So when I was looking at for California coffee, because there's many roasters and there's many very reputable ones, that this one stuck out the most because it was in San Francisco. So you get a lot of good foodie trucks, foodie places, and I think of coffee when I think of San Francisco, and this one was probably one of the top two that people talked about.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's been around for a while, and they actually kind of get all scientific about it. It's all organic, first source. They really put a lot of passion to it. So this specialty coffee must register between 80 points or higher to even fit their mold. Like,
oh wow.
Like their goal is 84 or above, and their minimum goal is 80. So all their coffees are at the highest standard. So I was like, if they got a high standard, I definitely got to try this.
I'll say it once, I'll say it again. The ones that take and have passion in it.
Yep.
Not that the other ones don't, but the ones that, I don't know, like to tell everybody that they have passion in it. They seem to, at least I feel like there is a direct correlation in it.
So they double down on this. So it says that, so every member of their team, or of their coffee sourcing team, is certified to Q grader. Now I don't know what the different graders are, but it's the highest certification a professional coffee taster can have, and each is trained to evaluate specialty coffee at the source as well as at our labs. Like they take it to a lab.
I'll say this much, Joe. I'm still very new to the coffee world,
Right.
And drinking it, and I've always preferred coffee black if I ever
Absolutely.
had it, right?
Yep.
Like, I mean, every once in a while you need a little sugar because they left it on the pot too long, and it's kind of got an iffy taste to it. But as far as espresso goes, like I am so very new to that world, and
So what do you think?
this
so far?
one, I mean, espresso in its own right is very bitter and very to the point.
Right.
You get what you pay for,
Right.
and it's going to give you a direct what you get back. And, you know, I find myself, like, I want to drink this whole cup as fast as possible.
That would not be a smart idea.
But I know
people do
for
that.
health
People do
reasons,
that. People
I don't
do
need
that.
that. I don't need that. But at first sip, it was to me like very bitter.
Mm-hmm.
But then as I kept taking another sip and another sip, you'll see it back if you look back on this video when you're watching it. I take a sip and then like wait a second and then take another sip immediately after. That second sip was by far better than the first
Mm-hmm.
one. And I think it's because, you know, like with anything, the second bite's always better. The first bite always tastes the best. But the second one makes the first one look like a little bitch. That's just how it is.
But like, so even with whiskeys and everything, I give myself like 5 sips because usually, if it's something really new, you're trying to get your senses and your head wrapped around it.
Mm-hmm.
But after like 5 sips, if you haven't gotten what they're trying to do in that thing,
Yeah,
it's
just,
probably fell short of the expectations.
I mean, if you guys don't know, maybe you guys might find out. Me and Joe usually have Whiskey Thursdays, and we usually try and have a new whiskey. If not, we drink one that we usually like, and we just sit around the table and bullshit. Kind of like we're doing now.
Yeah.
Just a little more intense, I guess you could say. And things get a little crazy sometimes, because sometimes the whiskey goes down good. But anyway, no, there's definitely something I've taken from you, Joe, and kind of learned from it and try to do it myself. Give things a little bit more of a chance, not just sip and then be like, nope, not for me. It's like, let me take a couple sips of this. Let me see if they got it going on or not. And there is some that mostly that I buy because Joe's whiskey aficionado. But yeah, no, there's definitely something to taking a couple sips, letting your palate get adjusted, and just kind of take it easy. Work your way into it.
Yeah.
There's something to it.
But yeah, I highly recommend. It was a Blue Bottle. Yeah, Blue Bottle.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna call Blue Label for the reason.
Their Hayes Valley Espresso.
Yep.
And espresso, not espresso. Espresso.
So
Don't get that wrong.
So I'd be curious. And I was going through so many websites, and this was a few weeks ago. I don't I know they had other coffees, but I'd be interested to see what their drips are and everything like that to see what kind of love goes into that too. So
Yeah, no, I
for sure.
after having the espresso and espresso, I would want to try their coffee just to see, give them a shot.
So being in like Europe for about 4-ish years, espresso and cappuccino are the two most drunk brews, I think. Like over there, like you get an espresso all the time, and
Very opposite drinks though.
well, they're opposite, but they're not like pumps of caramel and all these different sugars.
But very opposite stuff.
Right. Well, it's for that person who can't take that intense.
Mm-hmm. And espresso is very intense. If
Right.
any of you are out there new to the coffee world like I am, espresso is very, very advanced. Or if you enjoy black coffee already, you can make the transition a lot easier for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're that person that's going to Starbucks or Beans and Brew or wherever you get your coffee and you're having it pumped full of 5 pumps of caramel and 2 pumps of sugar and you might want to chill out on the espresso because if you want to enjoy it for what it is, it's very different than what it sounds like you're liking, and just ease into it.
Yeah.
Don't get crazy. Sorry, Joe. Back to you.
No, just saying
Being
that
in
the
Europe.
espresso's great. And no, just being in Europe,
Okay.
like you would see people drinking more espressos with their breakfast meal.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to eat something right now. But
I know. I was
when
just
said
thinking that, like, man,
Like how-
I could go for a little eggs and bacon right now. And,
but for them, it's more like a Mediterranean. It's like a croissant with like.
I could go for a croissant too. Don't get me wrong, Joe.
But that's their type of meal with something like this.
I could go for a croissant, a nice little slice of tomato, maybe a little, what is that? Prosciutto. I was trying to, I could see it. It was like prosciutto. It was like very.
It's like
But yeah, no, I could go for that too, Joe. God, now I'm hungry.
but so of like the 2 or 3 months we've been doing this right now, I believe that like this is in my top 2 with the top 2 3 that we've had.
I would say top 3 because I can think of 2 other distinctively.
But they're different because they weren't espresso.
This is true.
So right now on the espresso level, this is our top espresso I think so far.
Well, we only done 2.
So it's the top one, like top to bottom. You can make
It's
a distinction.
50-50.
You can make a distinction.
That one, this one. That one's number 1.
So it's Sunday, and
I had to figure out how to set back this watch.
if I could turn, well, you're not sitting back. You're going forward.
Oh, gotta make sure I did
Spring
that.
forward, like bounce forward. So daylight savings time today.
Yeah.
Get your watches and clocks in check. Going into tomorrow, but we're gonna take a little bit different angle on this. So we're looking at preparing for the time change and trying light therapy. So, um, so this whole entire thing is designed to mimic natural light, and light therapy has been used as an effective treatment for seasonal affective disorder, also known as
Sad.
SAD.
Sad. Great tidbit of information. Joe didn't great tidbit of information. Joe didn't catch on to that until I got over here. We were looking through the article together, and I was like, "It's sad."
It is sad because they're talking about
Yeah, it's
how
sad.
some of our brains go that you get depressed like during the winter and
Yeah,
fall and everything like
that's
that.
seasonal depression.
But
Excuse me, sorry.
But scientists estimate like 4 to 6% of the whole population has this like more on the hardcore level. Like they are totally almost like they just make it to work and back, but that's about it. Like they are just hermits.
If you're one of these people, look into light therapy. It looked pretty. It seems to be doing some crazy stuff. We'll tell you a little bit more about it.
Yeah, go into the light.
Yeah, do it. It's many benefits here. There's different kinds. It says right here that red and green light, green of all things, very interesting.
Yeah, so
Oh, there's blue light too. My apologies, I forgot that
so
one.
there's blue, red, and green light that are beneficial in different ways. So they did some studies, and the blue light is more. I think, like I'd call it more of the all-around, like good one for your mood and depression. Like your
It's what coffee will do for you.
yes, you could drink coffee too, espresso. You could do
No.
quad shots every day.
That's the green light. You're moving too quick here,
Okay.
Joe. We're at just regular coffee right now, okay?
Okay,
Blue light therapy, regular coffee for your mood.
regular drip.
Just regular drip. Yep.
So then you got the red light therapy.
This is moving more into your little more advanced. This is your single shot espressos, your little bit. What is it? Darker roast. Have more caffeine in the coffee?
no, it's actually light roast.
Lighter roast. This is your lighter roast and your espressos. Espressos. God, I'm gonna correct myself. Sorry, you guys are gonna get tired of it.
So,
Start a counter down in the comments. How many times I say espresso and then correct myself to espresso?
hey, I'm not judging the way you speak.
Oh, I'm judging myself, Joe. It's okay.
Because why would somebody want to judge the way somebody speaks, right?
I don't know, Joe. Maybe they go up the creek. Maybe they go get a bag.
Hey, whatever you do on your weekend.
I mean, whatever. Anyway, back to red light therapy.
So red light therapy helps the skin. I wish I would have gone a little bit deeper in that because I don't know how it helps the skin.
So, from my understanding, it helps open up the capillaries and like
Okay.
increases blood flow.
Okay, cool.
From my tidbit of extra research on that, yeah.
Okay.
It just helps the blood to go everywhere, circulation. All
So do you think the light's going to be shining on your whole body, or is it just your eyes and it reacts? It has like a reaction from your brain that helps.
I do believe it's supposed to be an all body experience. Like the way the red light goes into your skin, it helps.
Just get lasers, those little red lasers, and just shine them.
I
all
mean, just don't shine it in your eye.
No. I would never do that.
No, never.
And then there's the green hue light.
This one I think we both learned something new today.
So what do we learn then?
Apparently, the green light therapy is your quad shot espresso here, and it takes red and blue light and makes them look like a little bitch.
It kind of combines them, right?
Yeah, it kind
Red and
of.
blue makes.
I
green,
mean-
right? No, wait, no, blue and yellow make green. No one.
Primary colors,
Yeah.
show secondary colors.
I'm waking up.
But yeah, so I mean, let's see here. A study directly contrasting green-hued light therapy with red light therapy found green to be more effective. So that would make a lot of sense why there's a lot of happy people during Christmas.
Yeah, so that was our conclusion that every day, every season has to be Christmas. You don't have to have the music.
No,
just the lighting.
Just the lights.
It's just the lighting.
It's gonna increase your mood whether you like it or not.
Right. So
Like I said, we don't have to associate Christmas with it. We can just have red and green lights and you just could be happy.
makes sense.
I mean, yeah, don't be that Scrooge that doesn't have lights on your house, right? Inside joke.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we're not gonna go down that.
Anyway, you ever see something before, Joe, that you think you've seen before?
Yeah.
Okay. What's it called, Joe?
A deja vu.
Ooh. Wee. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about Deja Vu, Joe?
So, deja vu, or already seen in French,
Fancy.
is not just the feeling that you're experienced something before, but it's also the sense that you're feeling an eerie or uncanny or something's wrong kind of feeling. I mean, I think most of us who've watched The Matrix would be like, oh, the cat, that comes across in Deja Vu, but it's a little bit more than that. It can happen at any time. It usually happens when you're younger. Now, when they say younger, they didn't give like a certain age. So I guess like
child's age, not the old man age.
Oh no, I'm not 50 or something yet.
I mean, you're close. You're close, Joe. You're
No,
close.
no.
You're close.
Once you get over that, like that 39, you start to be like
Really close to 50.
Closer, but but you're not like, oh, the 25 is the new 30. No, when you are 40,
I mean,
40 is 40 and 41 is 41. You're not the next 45 or 50. That's not how, that's not how it works.
All right.
Don't worry, you'll find out one day.
Back to Deja Vu.
But Deja Vu, yeah, it's just one of those things that usually a person who's either well educated, well traveled, well versed with their environment in different environments, they will experience a lot more than your typical person.
You know, Joe, I really want to know what is this. Emile,
Where are we looking?
the French philosopher that came up with this.
Oh, Emily
Borac.
Borac.
All right, I was trying to make that way hard. Emily Borac, the French philosopher, philosophized.
Uh-huh.
I think that's a word.
We'll go with it.
If it's not,
I don't have a dictionary.
I use it way too much. So if it's not a word, fuck me. But wrote in her journal, we'll put it that way, in 1876. Like, how many times did she have experienced deja vu to be like, I'm gonna give it a name? Granted, she was French, so she probably just like deja vu. I've seen this before. They do the same thing, but
Yeah.
to like say that this is an actual thing that happens, and how many different people did she like go up to and was like, hey, have you ever had the time where you thought you saw something before, but you don't think you had, but you thought you had?
Mm-hmm.
She must have been looked at like she was bonkers.
No, because I think so back in the 1800s, they obviously didn't have TV, so we actually had to talk to speak to each other. So you basically would be talking about a big chunk of your life.
I mean,
and because that's the entertainment back then.
I understand that, but
So I don't know how that came into discussion. How she been?
That's what I'm saying.
Saying that this is something that's
how many times did it have to happen to her?
I don't know.
I mean,
we can ask her.
I mean, deja vu. But
So today, and I can't talk.
just turn around. Show us the back of your shirt, Joe. Just turn around.
Okay, so a new shirt.
It's coming. It's coming.
One day, we're just trying to perfect it.
Stand up a little bit. Stand up a little bit. At KILTBEARDCO. Soon. It's coming. It's coming. Anyway.
Just trying to perfect it.
Yeah, look at that. You can
see how
talk
it
again.
feels.
What you need to do is turn around, show everybody your shirt.
Yeah, no, I like the shirt. It's a good shirt.
KILTBEARDCO.com. You can get my shirt. Jesus had a beard. KILTBEARDCO. Very nice. Fits good. Look good. Anyway. Comment, like, subscribe.
It hugs the curves of your body.
Comment, like, subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway. Deja vu.
So today, scientists have accepted the definition of deja vu as a subjectively inappropriate impression of familiarity of a present experience with an undefined past.
You all right there?
Well, dude, all these words here are just like
I know.
you
Anyway,
read this.
No, that's why I was laughing, because I was struggling reading with you as you were saying. Anyway.
It's like 6 large words all back to back. I'm like, shit, dude.
Any subjectively inappropriate impression of familiarity of a present experience with an undefined past. Mm-hmm. That is wow. Say that 5 times fast.
Right.
2 times fast. All right, anyway, but yeah, deja vu. Have you ever experienced deja vu?
Oh, no, I've experienced deja vu. I can't tell you
right?
now.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I know I've experienced it a couple times, like, at least a handful of times in my life, and I can't think of a single one right now.
No, I can't think of one.
But
right now.
I don't think I've ever had a moment of deja vu where I've been like, I'm going to remember this. Like, it's always just little subtle things.
I think I've had deja vu in the sense that of a certain experience, not just like one little thing out of place,
but
like an
none
experience.
of it it's very small. It's not like a very insane. Like, what I'm trying to get at is when Miss Borac had her experiences. I have never experienced deja vu to the point of I need to talk about this with somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That I'm just like you said though, back in the 1800s, there wasn't TVs, there wasn't phones, we actually
No.
had to talk to people. But again, like I'm not seeing it be that important of my day to say something to somebody about.
But just think about what you're just saying. That then back then, they, especially a woman, most likely, and I don't know her life backstory. They weren't traveling as much as we can travel now.
This is true too.
Like we can travel to many different countries, places, experiences.
This is true. So there
the
was
same day.
many
Right.
experienced the same thing day in day out. Okay.
Right.
So,
So-
something happened the exact same way.
Right.
Okay, I can see where you're going with this.
So yeah, so it's probably just a little bit different, but in different contexts. But 60% of us have experienced this at least one time in our life, is what scientists say. So
I'm shocked that number seems extremely low to me. Honestly, I was thinking upwards of like 80, 85%.
I think it's more of aware of your surroundings,
Yeah, I mean,
awareness of your surroundings. So we're not scientists. We weren't part of those studies to whatever, but
oh, this is interesting. Studies have suggested that younger people and those who are highly educated, well-traveled, and open-minded are more likely to experience it.
so I guess we're open-minded.
That's maybe I'm highly educated, Joe,
You are
and I'm pretty young too.
You are highly educated. You are younger than me.
I'm pretty young. Anyway,
So another one here,
Very interesting.
on the sense that the surroundings
Oh,
are new and odd, despite realizing that you are familiar with them, is called Yamis Vu.
never seen. I'm gonna my English translation of that.
Yep. So there's actually the never seen a portion of this, and it may be associated with different brain signals, and it's much less common than deja vu. And I've actually experienced this, I think, at least 3 times, just off the top of my head, but I couldn't tell you what those were. But
I told you exactly.
Yeah.
I can't. As soon as this one, I knew exactly what I was talking about.
but yeah, no, I never have put like a name to it or anything like that.
Yeah,
Just,
no, I never
you
thought
know.
of it to be. No, so my example. I'll just give you my
Sure.
example. So I had a baby. Well, my wife had a baby. Beautiful baby girl. About a month ago, actually. If it wasn't leap year, she'd be a month old. But now she's a month and gonna be a day old tomorrow. But yeah, no, we went to the hospital. We were at the hospital for a couple days. Came home on a road I drive down all the time. We actually drove down the road going to the hospital. They were doing some road construction, had it all torn up, and I was like, "What the hell is this? This is all new." I'd never seen it before because it had happened while we were in the hospital. Same road. Wasn't that way when I went. It was completely different when I came back. And would you care? Give me the. So I'm not even going to attempt. It's not deja vu. It's
Deja Vu, the new one. So
Yeah.
already lived through. So this
Yeah.
one I've had more than the other 2. This one I've had way more experiences of this.
this one. They've never seen one.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, they
No,
already
no.
lived through one.
Wait. What? There's another one.
Yeah, the Deja Vu.
Oh.
So,
Damn.
so you think you've already been in a place or in a conversation or a surrounding or an engagement? No, that's different. It's like this is like the whole experience.
Sorry, ladies and
A
gentlemen.
deja vu is like a glitch. Like I think I've seen that before. No, this is like I think I've had this conversation before, or I've lived this experience before. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I've had that one. That one's.
I think I've had more of this one.
I'm gonna have to
than
agree with
anything.
you on that one, Joe.
So I've had more of this one than anything.
I
Like,
was thinking that one was deja vu, but
well, no. I think before this article, we both thought that.
Yeah,
but
no.
Hobbs is reading and explaining that there are different.
ladies and gentlemen, you're watching real time. My mind just.
Got blown on that.
This is usually what happens on Thursdays when Joe tells me something new and this is how this whole thing got started because we were like, we should do this on Sunday mornings with coffee instead of whiskey because you can't get drunk off of whiskey or you can't get drunk off of whiskey. Oh man, did you add something to this espresso?
No, it's
Good Lord. Okay.
No, but no. So prior to this, I think we put deja vu into like a
Yeah.
whole bucket, but it's actually like 3 different buckets of different.
Look into it, ladies
Yeah.
and gentlemen. It's gonna be worth it. You will not be disappointed, and if you feel like you've ever experienced any of it, look into it.
Yeah.
I would because I'm gonna look more into this and kind of read into it a little more just to try and understand.
Yeah. So
Like,
so deja vu is that little glitch,
Yeah,
and then the deja vu, I think it's how you say it in French, is like, yeah, I think we've had this
yeah, no.
engagement before. This whole entire
That one's
moment.
fun when you're talking to somebody
Yeah.
else. It's totally just like over here. You're like, I've experienced this before.
Right.
What the hell?
Right.
Yeah, no. I've had that with you, for fuck's sake. Anyway.
But anyways, so deja vu it went a little longer, but it's actually a cool thing if you look into
Yeah,
it.
no. Do it.
So moving on to a little bit of the, I don't know, industry coffee part of the show. We have the two. I'm going to say this completely wrong.
Oh, I'm so excited you have to say this.
Fiorenzato home all ground grinders make U.S. launch.
Why do you do that to yourself?
I don't know.
I'm not even gonna try and read that one because no. But this thing.
So let's call it Fior for short. We'll call it Fior.
I mean, I was thinking Atto, but it was fine too.
Or the Otto. Like automobile. Anyways. So this is a coffee grinder maker by this Fior or Otto, minus the middle part of it there, is launching two new models under their name. The sub-brand in the United States this month, the All Ground Sense and the All Ground Pro Brew. So this is a high-tech grinder here.
Yeah, so those of you at home, it's Fiorenzato.
So it's Fiorenzato. Fiorenzato.
If you really are a coffee buff and want to know, where's that card, Joe? Down to the gram amount here, what you want in coffee. If you are that much of a coffee buff, first off, thank you so very much for clicking on our video, because I happen to know that both of us are not that crazy. Which, I shouldn't say crazy. You guys take coffee to a whole new level that I have an utmost respect for, and I would love to know coffee that much. I just...
Not yet.
I'm working my way there.
Crazy?
Figuring it out.
Crazy?
Figuring it out. But for what I get out of this, a coffee grinder for $1,200, you got to be a special person. You got to really like it. You got to really be all about your coffee.
But I can see the machine, like a drip or something like that, like a really nice...
Yeah, like, I mean, last week's,
you know,
being the whole shebang. This is just a grinder, but I mean, it's one hell of a grinder, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, so you can get down to the gram. You can get down to basically any blend you want. It's digital, so you have that digital part of it. It's supposed to make the flow of a barista's life a lot more efficient. Just like a few other products that we've mentioned on here before, that the efficiency part comes into mind. But this also has titanium, aluminum, and carbon and nitrogen coatings on their parts, so
yeah, they don't mess around.
So besides being expensive and having expensive parts, they're trying to have a very this is like a Ferrari in grinders. Like, they want to have a very upscale grinder that's gonna just not break down. It's gonna be.
I think we're at like the.
I think we're driving a Honda Civic with my grinder right now.
Yeah.
It's dependable. It's not going to break down.
We're down at the start.
Yeah.
We haven't made the finish line. We haven't saved up enough for the Ferrari yet, Joe.
No.
We're working on it, but
I gotta know how to work the Ferrari.
I can't even figure out my coffee maker at home, so
It's a whole.
I just stick with the Keurig. It's much easier. But anyway.
Yeah, so they celebrated the launch of this, and they are going to have this here in April. Between they're going to showcase it in London, Copenhagen, and the U.S. And I'm guessing like some kind of expo shows or whatever, get together, like their industry get-togethers. And
Words are hard today.
yeah, words are hard today. Probably the espresso's like wee.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, so this is going to be available. It's like $1,200, $1,300, and if you're looking for what looks like the next big thing when it comes to a grinder, and you're that mad scientist coffee grinder maker aficionado, this may be your next purchase that you want to look into.
It looks like they're going to be at the Specialty Coffee Expo in Chicago.
Okay.
April 12th through the 14th. So if you're in Chicago, you're super into coffee, go check this thing out. Like I said, it's not for us newbies, but if you're super into your coffee,
I see like in a year maybe or something potentially.
I mean,
like a year in, we want to start experiencing all the different ways and grinds. And
right now, I feel like we're in the baby stages.
Yeah,
we're just trying to figure out every different thing there is.
There is a lot to,
and then we can. I mean, it's like our whiskeys, right?
Right.
Like you always start out getting the good, tried and true Jack Daniel's, Jim Beam.
Buffalo Trace, I think you can put in there. Now is a good.
Buffalo Trace. Yeah, Buffalo Traces. See, that's what I'm saying though. You go to the tried and true, and then you start. And there's a lot out there. I know that's completely different from what I'm saying, but like that's something that we know at least, the whiskeys. So you could definitely do that with the coffee though too.
Right.
Get more advanced, and there's more to it and whatnot.
So, commercial break. So this is KILTBEARDCO's new
best smelling beard oil ever.
A beard oil. And since we talk about coffee here, this is our Americano beard oil. It has coffee and vanilla. So basically you have that nice little 3 to 4 hour coffee kick in the morning that go along with your brew like this. And it takes you into the afternoon with a little bit of vanilla. And then you end your day. So it's a very
Don't do that.
uplifting and a very neutral smell of vanilla at the end of the day. And it's meant to keep your beer nice and moisturized. But the oils in there has three that I want to highlight is jojoba, metafoam, seed oil, and also shea nut oil. And we got shea nut oil in there just to give you that little bit of extra moisturizing property.
I don't think it's going to focus, unfortunately.
But this is part of our Heritage Collection.
It's a great beard oil. Even I use it. The wife loves the smell of it.
Yeah.
You mustache people out there too. Just because it says beard oil, don't be alarmed. You just facial hair oil.
Facial hair oil.
It's worth it.
But yeah, so jump on KILTBEARDCO.com and give it a shot. I think that you're gonna be surprised how welcoming this scent is, and that what this beard oil can do for you for the whole day. It's really one of those ones that will last throughout the day, and it's really cool because it's all natural, organic,
No fragrances,
and no fragrances in it.
Essential oils only.
So I think we did a good job on that one, and yeah, I'm waiting to see how at the end of the year that this really takes with the crowd. So.
And it smells like coffee.
Yep.
So if you don't like the smell of coffee,
I don't know why you're on the show.
I mean, can't really recommend that one. But me personally, love the smell of coffee. My wife loves the smell of coffee. I could not recommend it enough. Comment, like, subscribe. Back to our regular schedule program.
So, you know what says rare as an Americano beard oil? A gray whale.
In the Atlantic.
In the Atlantic.
Gotta be.
A gray whale in the Atlantic.
Headlines, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna capitalize on that for a second. Headlines. So the other day, a little context for this, Joe sends me an article about extinct gray whale found in the Atlantic. And that was the article. Well, I'm like, oh shit! All right, I call mine. I'm gonna use this for Cup of Joe with Dakota. Headlines are not everything. You got to read and everything, because they were extinct in the Atlantic for the last 200 years. This specific one they found just recently, 30 miles off the coast of Nantucket, Massachusetts. Very distinctive. They don't have a dorsal fin, gray whales.
Oh, really?
I had no idea. It's kind of cool. That's what kind of caught my eye when you first sent it to me.
Right.
Other than the fact that extinct all of a sudden appears, but it's extinct in the Atlantic. They're prevalent, not prevalent, but they're in the Pacific Ocean.
Right.
They've been seen in the Pacific Ocean. Global warming allegedly has made it so now they're going up through the Pacific, through the Arctic into the Atlantic. But this specific whale was also seen in December.
Okay.
Down by Florida, living its life, living it up. Now it's kind of like, hey, I want to go north. Okay, cool. But headlines are not always cut and dry. Anyway, super cool though. Gray whale. The scientists in the video that I watched a couple of them, were super stoked to see gray whale in the Atlantic. For it seems pretty prevalently. I mean, they circled this thing for like 45 minutes in their helicopter, not believing what they were seeing because, like I said, they hadn't seen. I mean, according to the article, in the last 15 years, they've seen them a little bit increased of gray whales in the Atlantic, but not one that they could definitively say, hey, look, this one we've seen before. And like I said earlier, that they believe this one is the exact same one that they saw off the coast of Florida in December. So I mean, that's kind of cool. I mean,
So,
but not fully extinct like I had begun to thought.
So, global warming, regardless if you think it's man-made or not, let's put that aside.
Yep.
And let's just say that this rare, what we'll call a rare species of whale.
I mean, I do believe it. So it's not. I was looking more into this.
Right.
It's not on the extinct list. It is in stable condition as far as population of the animal goes. It's just not a very commonly seen whale.
Right. But what I was trying to get, and that's a good point because I didn't look that deep into it. But because of so what it says on here, the Northwest Passage, which connects the Atlantic and Pacific through the Arctic, ocean in Canada has regularly been ice-free in the summertime in recent years, partly due to the rising global temperatures. Do you think this potentially is a shift in just marine life that may be, because we can't predict the future, may be a good thing? Or do you because if it's extinct in the Atlantic and it was supposed to be in the Atlantic, or it has been in the Atlantic, and let's just say we were not going through global warming at the time, and now that we're going through global changes, let's say changes, and now it's going back over there, do you think that might be a good thing or a bad thing?
I mean, we could sit here and talk about this.
Well, like a circle of life kind of thing.
But yeah,
is
no,
what I'm trying to get into.
yeah, no, absolutely. I would, like I said, I don't want to get too controversial on
Well, no,
this.
I'm just saying for the life of the species.
There
and
is,
everything.
I do believe there is something to, whether you want to say global warming is man-made or natural, without giving too much of a what side of the fence
Right.
I'm on that. There is something to, I think, now it's like, oh, hey, Grandma and Grandpa used to live over here. I'm going to go over here.
Right.
Because this water is way better.
Right.
You know, again,
I just think
subjective.
it's just interesting
But-
because it's extinct.
Yeah, no, it's...
And now it's somehow starting to potentially find its way back over.
And,
there.
and I don't the extinct thing.
right.
Due to the fact that what I read from this and
it should have been not
looked
present,
into-
no longer present.
Yeah, that non-present, non-predominant. I mean, the ocean. I mean,
Right.
we know more about outer space and the stars. Which,
Right.
sorry guys, there's no space. When I looked into it, there's really,
Nothing going on in space today.
nothing that caught my eye that I was like, oh, I need to share it with everybody. But anyway, we know more about space than we do the ocean. So I mean, I feel like non-present would have been a much better. The ever elusive gray whale in the Atlantic that is rarely seen has been seen more in the last 3 months than previously seen. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like, but anyway, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes headlines are not all that they seem. Click on the article, look into it a little bit more. Super cool though, super cool.
Well, but it's also kind of one of the reasons why we did the show, besides the coffee
Mm-hmm.
part of it all, was to bring certain articles and headlines up that you may not see in mainstream media,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, we want to extract the ones that are just the buzzwords
Mm-hmm.
and really bring it back down to earth.
And then you have sometimes I speak completely out of context and say that there's people on a spaceship or spacecraft, and there's
Yeah.
not. We're all about not spreading fake news, and I definitely, hopefully, to all of you that saw that one, came back and at least corrected myself to what I felt I needed to. So we're not about spreading that. But yeah, no, look, if you see an article, it seems too good to be true, click on it, read it.
Yep.
See the context, because right, wrong, or indifferent, media is in the world to get your attention, and most people just take it at face value.
Right. Absolutely.
We're all guilty of it. I know I'm guilty
Yeah,
of it.
we're all guilty of it.
So, I mean, different subject. Joe, I had no idea. We live in Utah, right?
Yes, we do.
Okay. All right. If you guys didn't know that, Utah-based. Anyway, also, Utah-based. Made in Utah. Fun shameless plug there. Anyway, just saying, kind of cool. Anyway, do you know what Utah has in common with 3 other states?
They're constantly high-fiving each other.
Four high fouring each other.
Sure, we'll go with it.
Yeah, 4 corners, ladies and gentlemen.
So what about the 4 corners?
4 corners. I had no idea. I lived here my entire life. I've heard about 4 corners. Thought it was cool. Never knew that is the only 4 state. This is the only time in the only not the only time only. Fuck, I lost what I was saying. Words are hard. Geographically, the only place in the U.S. that 4 states touch.
Yep.
In corners, right? So I mean, you have other states like Tennessee. I was noticing on this cool little map down here. Touches like 4 other states, right? Okay, I mean, all on the same border.
Right,
But
they touch each other.
they don't. 4 corners. They all perfectly square into each other.
Right.
No idea.
So I have not lived here my whole life, and I've been there. And
Just because you're a tourist, Joe.
but when I went down there, it was so windy. So I don't know if it's a regular thing that it's windy down there. 'Cause
Okay.
it's kind of like going through Wyoming and one of the plain states where it's just wide open. So it was very windy and dusty down there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they have right in the middle, and I'll look for pictures maybe to put up here through my photos. But it's kind of like a landmark
Okay.
into the ground,
Mm-hmm.
so you can be standing in 4 different states.
That's kind of cool.
So it's kind of cool.
Like I've heard, like I said,
So people sit on it and
I've
say, I've
heard
been in
about
4
it. I've
places
seen
at
pictures
once.
of it. I just didn't know.
Yeah.
Excuse me. that it was the only place in the U.S. that occurs.
All right.
I had no idea. Like, I figured ignorance is bliss here.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought for sure there's got to be other states that all 4 of them. But no. Just here. Let's see here. I believe it is, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, it is Utah,
Mm-hmm.
Arizona,
Mm-hmm.
New Mexico, and Colorado.
Yep.
We all share the same geographical.
I mean,
Okay.
honestly, the drive is not spectacular or anything like that. It's kind of out in the middle of nowhere.
I mean, it is definitely in the opposite direction
I
of
believe it's
southern
also-
Utah that most people go.
I believe it's also on Indian reservation.
Okay.
So when you go down there, they have like stands, like wooden stands that encircle it.
Oh, okay.
So like the Native American families there will sell their stuff there,
Mhm.
and so you can purchase things from them, also like barter with them, and also enjoy. Granted, it was way too windy to really enjoy it, but I was there, and you can barter with them, and you can just take pictures being in 4 states at once. So it's pretty cool. One day.
I have to do that this summer. Might be good to go with the baby. Hopefully it's not windy, but like,
I would definitely go before it gets too hot,
yeah.
or I'd go into fall.
See, summer, it's just not for me.
Well, just you just say southern Utah, Arizona, New Mexico. Those are some pretty toasty states right there, dude. And remember, you don't like the heat. So I'll get a text message. Why did we go down here? It's 110 degrees.
Show knows me too well.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, just a fun little.
Yeah. That's the Ute tribe.
Mm.
The Ute Mountain Ute tribe.
Oh, it is on on Navajo Nation land. Okay.
Yeah. I couldn't recall what it was until I just read it here. So it's on that reservation.
Learn something new every day.
Yep.
Like I said, I was like lived here my entire life and did not know that was that significant of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, all you watching this, you're welcome.
Alexander Graham Bell. The father, if you will, of the telephone? Of this phone?
Hello, Joe. Come here.
Can you hear me now?
Made his words are
See?
hard today.
See?
Good God, man.
See?
Alexander Graham Bell, back on today, March 10th, but
Oh, so-
way back in 1876.
Okay.
Wait a second. Scroll back for a second, Joe.
The Deja Vu thing? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What date was that? I was thinking the same thing.
That was 1876, I think.
Was
No,
it?
right there. Right, no, back, down.
It was the
1876.
same.
All right, wow, okay, not deja vu, but definitely, like, wait, I've seen that date before. Wait,
Uh-huh.
wait a second, that's,
Keep going.
anyway. Alexander Graham Bell made the first successful phone call on March 10th, 1876.
Which today's March 10th.
Today is March 10th.
Okay.
Let's see here. Gosh, I want to say that. Oh, okay. I should have said, Mr. McDonald, come here. I want you. That's okay. Sorry, I was almost close on our little. But anyway, made the first successful phone call. Kind of cool. Yeah, no, fun thing that I read in this article that he was the son and grandson. So his dad and grandpa were both authorities of inoculation. Is that what it says? Inoculation and correction of speech.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I mean, he kind of was following in the family business.
Right.
I guess you could say. But yeah, no. A couple months ago, I did actually. I don't know. Didn't put 2 and 2 together on this, but I watched a documentary about the telephone.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually pretty interesting, seeing different things and how they did it. And there was.
Have you ever used the dial before? Have you tried using that before? Have you seen it yet? No, it's just an honest question. I'm not making jokes or anything.
No, Joe, I have
Okay.
not. I've seen them. Never actually used one.
So those of you who have used a dialed phone, so when you bring the dial around, if you don't go all the way around, you have to start all over again. You have to hang it up and just redo the whole thing. Yeah. So when you swing that little dial around, you
Yeah.
have to actually.
I played with one.
Okay.
Grandma's house when I was little.
Gotcha.
But it was never actually hooked up,
Okay.
used, whatever, that whole jam. But anyway, little fun tidbit of information about today's date. I kind of think that was kind of cool. I might incorporate this into future videos. If you absolutely don't like learning something that happened way back when, or even recently on the date you're watching this, hopefully, if you're watching this the day of, if not, corresponding date with which this was released.
Right.
Today being March 10th, 2024.
So one thing that was really cool about the Ontario telephone is the transcontinental telephone line.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, they dropped a telephone line from Europe, London, wherever it was, all the way to the States, probably like New York or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
like that had to be a lot of line to go down to the ocean depth,
right. Yeah,
to go
no,
all the way across like that.
it really makes you wonder, like, what else do we? What
Right.
else is down there that we've put down there?
Right. But like just thinking about that, I mean,
Is it still down there?
I would assume so. I mean, I don't think we're pulling it.
Yeah,
out.
it's just
I mean, it's just sitting on the bottom of
chilling,
bed there, you
just
know,
chilling,
floor.
just chilling. Hanging out with those gray whales.
the right. Great whale.
So yeah,
Holla.
fun couple little tips
Oh yeah,
about
tips.
these glorious things.
Okay, I need some tips about
So
beards.
one,
Okay, one.
use a wooden comb, Joe.
A wooden comb.
Yep.
I'm
Don't-
skeptical on that
Don't
one.
use plastic.
Why?
Couple reasons.
Why?
Couple reasons. So one, a plastic comb.
Uh-huh.
Usually, always,
Okay.
it's made by a mold, right? What happens when you have a plastic mold? Do you know? So there's a
don't-
little fine ridge where the two sides of the mold come together, right?
Okay.
And it is thought and hypothesized, and if you're trying to grow your beard and make it as healthy as possible, other than using KILTBEARDCO, it's just, it rips and tears and makes mini fractures in the hairs.
Okay.
And you don't want to do that. I mean, when I had my beard, I know, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I don't have it anymore right now. But when I had it, you know, I don't know about you, Joe, but like when I would, because we all play with our beards.
Mhm.
We have a beard. If you have a beard, you play with it. It doesn't matter. You touch your face, and like a hair breaks out in your hand. Like, I'm always like, no, go back.
Some of those need to happen. Though,
Yes. You have life cycles. I get that, but you don't
Right.
want to prematurely
No.
make it happen.
It shouldn't feel like you're tugging things
You
out.
want to use a wood comb. Wood comb, you don't have that. You don't have those sharp little spurs that are going to be that are going to do micro fractures, micro tears in your beard. You don't want to have that.
Okay. So I get a lot of curls on mine. So I use a hair pick. Yes, it's plastic, but the teeth on it are much wider. So it's a lot more, I guess say, delicate to it.
I'll tell you a secret, Joe.
Oh,
They have wooden ones.
but why not?
I'm telling you. So also another benefit.
So my birthday's coming up in June. You can just get me a wooden hair pick.
Noted. Also, using a wood one. What plastic is what? Is it porous? Is wood porous?
I don't know, dude.
Is wood porous?
Yes.
Yeah. So in theory,
I
it'll
think
hold
you're
on
tracking
to your
something.
Kilt Beardco oil
I thought
that
you-
you've had in your beard when you brush it. The comb, the hair pick, whatever you choose to use to tame your beautiful mane. It's going to, it's going to keep the oil in the comb, the brush, the whatever you're using. It's not plastic. It's got to be wood.
Okay.
It'll retain that.
Okay.
I personally also do that, have that. I have multiple wooden combs at home that I have used with Kilt Beardco oil, and sometimes I don't even have to have oil in my beard because I can just comb it with that, and it will just reapply, and it just keeps it all shiny and fancy, and
So one
helps
question then.
evenly distribute it.
So one question then.
Okay.
If you use multiple beard oils
Mhm.
and using the same comb, because let's say most people only have one comb.
True.
So would you have to wash that comb out with soap and water before and dry it off before you use another oil? Because then you're mixing and matching a whole bunch of different scents.
I mean, in theory,
right.
I personally don't, but yes, you are correct. It
Okay.
does kind of hold certain sense. But I think, for the most part, it's not holding. It holds on to all the oil, but it's not in such a significant amount that it's like when you did just put it on, you get it on there. It just helps act as a lubricant,
Okay.
and it helps keep it on the brush or on the comb. You put it on, then you use that, and it just kind of helps. It's just
Okay.
a little midday pick me up.
No,
You know what I'm
I'm bringing
saying?
this up because somebody might have a question.
Yeah,
that
no,
might,
absolutely. But then you go back to the plastic. The plastic doesn't do that.
right.
I mean, granted, usually straight across, plastic comb's going to be cheaper.
Right.
Absolutely, 100%, because you can mass produce them. They're not as labor intensive. But
So
out of my experience, I prefer the wood one.
So I'm hoping to go to Hawaii here. Well, we're planning on going to Hawaii, but I'm planning and hoping that I can find like a Kona wood made comb.
Cool.
So if I
That'd
can
be
find
cool.
something like that, that'd be actually really cool.
Yeah.
Because I have been told that certain woods are different too. Like I think actual sandalwood
Okay.
is actually a more. It's like I think it's softer, but at the same time does all the properties and things you just said.
Okay.
Because it's softer and natural, it's a lot more less intrusive to your beard in itself compared to other woods.
Yeah.
So softer woods that can maintain their structure and then at the same time create a benefit for your beard. Okay. But anyways, yeah, no, I don't really use too much of a brush or comb in my thing. But I do know people who would prefer to do a brush, like a boar's brush.
So
You know.
primarily, like when I had my beard,
Right.
I would usually, in the morning, if I didn't shower, because it needs a little more oomph, right?
Right.
If I didn't shower, I would take the comb, the wood comb that I
Right.
had, or still have, still use it on my mustache. But I would comb through it with the comb. If I had taken a shower, put the beard oil in, I would use the brush, and it was a boar's hair brush.
Right.
And there's also something to that as well. If we really want to, we'll get into that more next time. I'll highlight more of the brushes.
Sure.
But as far as today, just to stick with wood or plastic, you highly, out of experience, recommendations, I would suggest the wood, just for the plain simple fact that I saw it firsthand. Using a plastic one, you do have those micro tears. You do have this, and I don't have as full of a beard as Joe over here. It tends to be a little more sparse, which gets me back. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'll say two things. So one, if you have, and I'm not even just going to say KILTBEARDCO, if you have a beard product, which you can get KILTBEARDCO, but no, when your hair is softer and you have good product in there and it makes it softer, it makes it easier to work with, which would make it easier to work with most combs. Now there's combs that have different gauges. So if you have like mine is like really curly, so I probably want like a wider gauge.
Oh, yeah,
But if you
no.
have a very thin like hair, very soft thin hair that doesn't have the curls and those type of beards, I can go through different type of beards. But you want to get one that's not going to pull and tug on it, just because you have a certain texture of your beard, and that's your genetics, your DNA. You can't change that. It is what it is. So get a good gauged beard, and that's one reason why right now we don't sell those on our site, because there's so many different gauges that you can get that I don't want it to be sitting on the shelf, because I got like a bunch of ginger beards that came through and then they didn't buy this other type of beard comb.
So
I'm kind of going off on a tangent there, but I'm just trying to say that's just one reason why.
yeah, no. Even the difference between me and Joe. Maybe I'll send you a picture. You can put me with the beard right here. But I have a very different beard compared to Joe, and mine is much more straight. I would say,
Yeah.
not as curly,
Right, no, it's a lot more straight.
and a little not as full either.
Right.
But that leads me into the segue of helpful tips.
Okay.
If you're looking to grow a beard, you want to grow a beard. First off, put the razor down.
Yep.
Don't do it.
Yep.
Don't do it. Keep it. Let it go. Just let it ride. That leads me to number two. Just let it grow. Let it do its thing. If you have a patchy spot, the more you let it grow, you just got to fight through it. It's that awkward hair stage. You want to cut it.
Right.
Don't do it. Let it go. And third, find you a great beard product. Something that's going to keep not only the hairs nourished,
Right.
but your skin. That's the
Right.
thing, is most people that I've talked with, that I've experienced with, and recently with going to the expo, there's a lot of people out there that they get that itch, that dreaded itch, Joe,
Yep, did that and beard itch. Yep.
and they shave it off.
Yep.
Don't do that. Don't let it go. Find you a product that doesn't make it itch.
And one other thing I tell people.
KILTBEARDCO.
So no, but one thing I tell people, if you want to really say, hey, I want to try to grow my beard out, really say you want to grow your beard out, you should be taking a year.
Oh, yeared is a real thing.
Yep, 3 months, 6 months. It's like those baby steps to get to where your potential is. So mine right now, I would consider this for me a 1 year beard, because I had somebody do a poor trim on my beard, and that took basically like 3 months off of it. But you
Find
know
a
what
good
you're
barber
working with.
too. Find a good barber. Not everybody's blessed, such as I, with a wife that can do hair, barber, that kind of thing.
And one more thing, and we're going kind of long. This may even be its own video in itself. But what I want to say is that we all have different beards and different facial hair, and we're all different, but we're similar at the same time. And if you go into the Weekend Flex I'll talk about what your beard says about you, and
It's a great video.
and beyond that, look at different like actors, professional people out there online, and find people who have similar facial hair needs or got either patchy, got the chops going or whatever. You can find your style online that you may not have thought of trying. So sometimes it takes 1 to 3 years, 3 to 5 years, something like that, to really find what your style is. And that's okay. That's kind of like the fun of it if you really want to think of it.
It really is. I mean, so
Go for it.
my experience with it, back in 2019, I told my wife, I said, I'm not going to shave for a year. She looked at me in horror. And for the next year, that horrified look continued because I stuck with it. The only thing I did was shave my neck. And by the end of it, she was so extremely happy when I shaved it. And there was multiple things that I learned from that. One, like I said, the patchiness does go away.
Yep.
It kind of fills itself in. Not that it grew there, but it kind of overlapped. It put the shades up,
Yep.
for lack of better analogy there. But also, I didn't use any beard oil. I wasn't using anything in it. Fast forward to right before I shaved it off. I'm, again, working on it, guys. Trying to figure out when the best time to bring the beard back is. But this last time that I had it, again, it was kind of going to that. My wife was like, really? You're going to have a beard again? And I was like, yeah, babe, but I got an idea this time. And said it multiple times here, KILTBEARDCO came about. And boy, the right products, after a week of using KILTBEARDCO products, she was all about it. She was over there touching me, loving it. And guys, get you a bottle of KILTBEARDCO oil. Hell, get the best damn beard butter. It's somewhere hanging out behind us.
It's potentially stuff. Right there for the show.
Anyway, right here. Oh, look at that! Bam! Get you a bottle. Get you some of that. It's gonna be great.
So Expo, we had a drawing that you could get into. Mindy won that, and she will be getting
Good job,
a Yeti mug that's tagged with KILTBEARDCO on there, and our whole entire heritage line as a gift for just being there and chatting with us. And they did buy the best damn beer butter, and she said that her husband loves it. So just want to shout that out that somebody did win that drawing if you were at the expo, and it was a really good expo and a good feedback, and people really liked the idea where the heritage line was going and where it is going, and
Yeah, no, and don't get it wrong. Beard butter, again, I've said it once, I'll say it again. You don't have to have a beard to use it. You can have stubble and a mustache. You can have just straight stubble.
Yep.
You can have just a mustache. I've went through all those phases with the exception of not having a mustache. I look like a 5-year-old if I shave all facial hair off. But, get you one of them. Get you a good product. I think the proof is in the pudding.
Right.
You get what you pay for. So if you look in and you're reading the labels, you're reading a bunch of crazy ingredients that you have no idea. Like anything, I think we're all guilty of it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to put that in your body. You don't want to put that on your skin. That's not going to be good for you.
Nope.
If you can read all the things on the back of the label, most likely it's going to be better for you. And I'm gonna end on that. Comment, like, subscribe. Go get you a bottle. KILTBEARDCO. That's all I'm going to say on that, though, ladies and gentlemen.
So my coffee is almost gone.
Oh, mine is too, Joe. I think we should end this.
So thanks for watching another episode, A Cup with Joe
And Dakota.
and we hope you have a great rest of your weekend and an even better week coming up here. And we'll talk to you next Sunday.
National Awesomeness Day. You're all awesome. Every time I go to a soccer game, it starts to be cold as fuck. And I'm not wearing enough warm clothes. I'm like, I've been here before, motherfucker. Yeah. I mean, hell, the last Saturday, with me wearing fucking Converse. Probably could have thought that one out a little better, but when the weatherman, you trust them so many times and they fuck you over, and then you're like, you know what, fuck this, I'm gonna do what I want to do. Every fucking time they have push, every fucking time. I'm so excited for this coffee. Espresso. These coffee cups are cool too, though.
Yeah, no, I thought they were pretty cool. Took some pictures upstairs.
Pretty wild.
I'll have to tease that here. Order.
Sad.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't think of it like that, but yeah. Right.
What did you know?
in some cases, people may experience sad during the spring and summer, and symptoms during the fall and winter. Shit, that's just a sad life, dude.
Wait, why? What? In the spring and summer?
Well, because their whole clock is messed up, man.
I mean, I do, because fuck summer. Because who the hell
I
wants to be
love
hot?
summer. Hell,
But fall and winter, yeah, buddy. I mean, spring's pretty cool, too. Summer can kick rocks, though. Nobody needs summer in their lives.
I left the chocolate and caramels at your house.
I know you did. You and I bought last night at the store.
What?
Maraschino cherries.
Right.
I was going to bring them over today.
So
forgot.
so last night I want to do a little mixer. I'm like, I have no freaking bourbon and cherries anymore. Heather's like, I'll Amazon them. Like, can I get here tonight? She goes, dude, it's already 7 o'clock. I was like, okay, I'll get them tomorrow. So I have some bourbon cherries. Yeah. I don't know if you know the way of the bourbon cherry, but it's pretty damn good.
Bourbon cherry?
Yeah, just soaked in bourbon. Cherries just soaked in bourbon. Yeah. Yeah. Delicious, dude.
You gotta do it yourself? Can you buy this shit on Amazon?
You buy it online. They look like they pre-soak them and everything.
They sell them?
Yeah, in a jar. Yeah.
Why the fuck you can't buy that shit in Utah?
This is like popping those things.
You
like
can't buy
candy.
that shit in Utah?
You got on Amazon.
Oh my god. What the fuck? Oh. You were not bullshit.
No.
Oh my god, you can get it here tomorrow. Cocktail cherries, premium bourbon infused dark cherry. Oh my god. What the fuck did I do? I don't want what I got. I'm taking that shit back. Oh my god, we could get crazy.
All
Do
different
4
flavors.
jars.
So I tried that one for Christmas. She got me 1 jar for Christmas. It was good.
Yeah, well, I mean, we could split it 50-50 and have it here by 4 a.m. tomorrow.
She's already got me something coming though, dude.
Oh. Well, that's okay. We can have more.
4 jars.
Well, you'd have 3 jars. Damn, I fucked up. That's okay. Next time. Bourbon cherry. I didn't even know that was a fucking real fucking thing.
Oh, yeah.
I thought we were just maraschino.
Nope.
What the fuck?
I put them in like Manhattans and
See, I don't really make. I almost made an old fashioned last night,
Old
but after
fashions, too.
everything that happened, I was like, man. But yeah, definitely could wear a black shirt today because last time when I wore that white shirt, as much as I tried not to have it happen, fucking. I got home and I was like, what the fuck? There's like 3 spots.
it like dribbled down there.
God damn it. What the fuck? Green light therapy? What the fuck?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Be more effective? Well, what the hell, Joe Rogan?
Well, I just need to get a strobe going on in here.
Right.
Shine all
Get your green and red. Maybe that's why everybody's so happy at Christmas time.
All the different lights.
No, all the red and green lights.
Yeah,
everywhere.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
All different lights.
Maybe that would explain a lot. See, we just need to have that in the summertime. You know, just Christmas in July. Hey, I see what they did there. Okay.
So I think I'm gonna stop it right here
Okay, yeah.
I'll erase the rest.
That's plenty.
because it's just overly just repeating itself.
I mean, it is pretty sad.
Because like it goes on for a bit.
Yeah.
All right, delete all this stuff here. I'm not scrolling for a year.
You might want to put the effects before you delete the benefits of light therapy, and then
Where?
just this last section right here. So delete from here up, here down.
It's supposed to be a nice weekend though. It's supposed to
Yeah,
be
I know
low
this
like
Real
50s.
game is not supposed to be fucking snow. But you know what, Joe?
You're
You're
right.
not gonna be ready for snow, and it's gonna fucking snow again. Because that's the way it always fucking happens.
It'll snow just at Real.
Yep, not just over the stadium.
Yep.
And the cartoons and the walking around, fucking thunderstorms falling over the top.
So this one is the actual coffee we're drinking here.
Okay. There's an espresso.
It's espresso, I guess.
Espresso.
It's San Francisco, dude. It's like all fancy and shit.
Espresso.
Jeez. You okay? You need a tissue? Or
I'm good. Alright, Joe, the other day I bought a pencil. Both ends were erasers.
Say that again.
The other day I bought a pencil.
Okay.
Both ends were erasers.
Oh, I thought you said something about you and your parents, and they both were racist. I'm like,
It was pointless.
all right, so get to the front, dude.
Fuck you. Get the bag. Get the creek. Go get the bag there by the creek.
I don't say crick.
Fuck out of here.
I was just fucking with you. When I said that.
say creek.
I don't.
Mount Everest is
I
the
say
tallest
creek.
point on earth. Get the fuck out of here. I don't hear bullshit, Joe. I think you should do the video entirely like this.
It's back towards them. And you definitely would.
Funko exclusive. Non-demonic. I like how it has to. Demonic. You didn't already see that.
I'm good here.
I personally don't see anything. I mean,
The sun's kind of moved over now.
I'm ready whenever you will. I mean, it is fun to. It's much funner to shoot from the hip. Hey, Cookie, keep it down. Oh my God, Mike texted me last night or yesterday. He's like, "Hey, when you get home, can you come over and help me move a rock? It fucking sucks. It's fucking huge. It's fucking heavy. I don't want to deal with it, man."
He's done that with me before.
Dude,
No, he's done that with
that
me.
rock.
He's done that to me before too.
Oh, it was so satisfying when that bitch came out the hole though. But oh my God, I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, one time one was so big. Oh my god, the thing was so big. We actually got a tow rope on it.
Oh, that's we had a strap
Yeah,
around
yeah.
it. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, one time we got out and we were gonna carry it. It fell out of the thing.
Oh, shit,
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
It's because it's kind of like the concrete table.
I think we broke the strap if I remember right. But anyways,
Oh, you weren't there for the concrete table. It used to be in my backyard. That we threw in your dumpster when you were gone. And,
No.
Hercules, the couch in there
Yep.
by myself. And you were like, use it if you want. And I was like, oh, fuck yeah, I'm going to use it.
ready? Because it's been taking for like 16 minutes now.
That's okay. That's good. That's character.
Oh, Cookie's just saying hi to everybody.
All right, but this is like all up in my grill here.
You
Come
can
on,
do,
Joe.
You can do it to the sun.
Come on, Joe. You always think about you, but you never think about me. You're like, why do you sit sideways? And because I got a freaking straddle. Goddamn thing. This shirt's so lame. It has a capital H. I was wondering. I put it on today, and I was like, why the fuck is this shirt like this? Because it's a capital H, not a lowercase h. And all mine have the lowercase h except for this.
So the ones were before Hooked on Phonics? No, Hooked on Phonics worked for you.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Apparently.
Ready? I want to drink some coffee.
I want to drink some coffee too, so would you fucking, can we start this bitch?
All right. Morning, we're going to start this bitch. Hi!
Motherfucker.